Hey guys, it's Quinn here at CalSpeed Karting in Fontana, California. Today we're going to be riding on board for my Sprint Series round number 5 main event. Alright, here we are on the grid in 9th place, about to start our main event for the Sprint Series round 5. Like I said, I'm in 9th position. You can tell that from the brand new position and lap graphics I have in the top right because I learned Premiere. But the race is about to begin. We got the flag man on your right. Watch him. I'm going to push that front left tire with my foot. I've been corrected many times. You do not just kick your foot in the air. You got to push the front left. We get a terrible start as per usual. We're dropping back a little bit, but we actually only lose one position to this guy up ahead of us in the blue suit with the white helmet. So we'll count that position now. And here we go. Now we're in the race. We're doing the thing. I throw the Seb hand up, you know, because it's the first lap, and I'm trying to let everybody know that I don't want to be messed with. I'm getting 33, just barely sneaking up on my inside again. But he drops back, and now we want to take our position back. We lost one at the start. He's looking up for us again, and he can't grab us, and we actually do steal down the inside there and take 9th place back. All right, so we are back as how we started. The 24 is pretty mad that I got around. He did not like that greasy move into the hairpin, so he's going to try to do something about it here, and he does a full send dive bomb first lap, so I'm only going to give him a yellow card for a warning, but no bumping, that's the rule. So here we go, coming back on to the start-finish straight. I'm in 9th position, and I have defended that. I've defended 9th. The pack ahead is not super far, so I'm pretty confident that I'm going to be able to reel it in this lap. And I just got to put my head down and go for it. So we dive in here, and we are just trying to reduce gap. We're reeling them in like a pro fisherman. Here we go. White helmet, exposed. We're looking for it. We know we can get around him because he's slower than the rest of the group. He's looking over his shoulder, and he's stressed. I'm like a great white shark behind him. We're going to come up, and I'm going to try to take him in this hairpin. This hairpin's my favorite place to get around folks. So I try to go around the outside of him, the hairpin, and he swirls out a little bit, tap him just a little bit, my bad, and we get around, but he was sliding out already. What I can't see at this point is that the 33 is just about to, oop, there he is, sneaking up behind me. He wants to take 8th. I've got it, and he wants it. So he's going to try to pull it on me right around the Contino curve here, and we're going to nice and clean around the outside. We're going to keep 8th, and now it's time to start hunting for that top group because I can see the leader. And if I can see the leader, it means in my head that I could win the race. So somebody gets black flagged on lap 3. Not good news for them. So here we go, on to lap 3. We're in position 8, and we are already catching this group here. They're fighting quite a bit. So we're going to start sniffing for a position. So 57's right on us. 33 is still right on our bump. But he's going to tuck back in behind us, and we are going to push up forward. I think I actually tapped my helmet for him here somewhere. And we're already on 57. We're right on his bumper. We've been with him. We know we've got pace. Oh, there he goes. Throws it a little wide. We're right behind him. We push him, keep his momentum going. And we're just going to try to tuck right in. There are not a ton of great places to overtake on this layout, which is the Classico layout. Very one-line type of track. That really lends itself well to being careful and not going for stupid moves. On Classico, it's really important to just stay consistent. And we see the benefit of that right here because we see a bunch up, an incident, 3 cars, a Ferrari Formula 1 driver there, judging by his race suit, and there we are. We're up into 5th. So now we're leading this whole main pack behind the top 4. There's 4 people up at the front that are leading this race at this point. We're going to take a look behind and see where everybody is right about here. Turn the camera around. There we go. Nice long line behind us and not a ton of people up ahead. So we're going to have to start reeling in the pack. It's going to be important to do, you know, solid, consistent, fast lap times every lap from here on out. We're going to take another look behind. We can see the 38. He's on us, and he's actually pulling out a little bit ahead. You'll see that he pulls away with me a little bit away from this pack. Because now I'm in full focus mode. The dash computer timing system was not working on this kart, and I think it actually really helped. I was just very much in the zone. I didn't know what lap times I was doing, but I felt really quick. So we got the 38 on our bumper right here, but this should be the last lap that happens. We're actually going to go into our fastest lap of the race right here. We're not going to do the full hot lap though, because the next lap is within 2/10 of this, and we still have traffic on our bumper. So we want to make sure we can get through everything clean. Here we go. We got 38. He's about, I don't know, 2/10 behind us. Not far at all. And we just got to try to reel in the pack ahead. So we want to stay really clean, really consistent. But I can see that they are fighting. I can see that they're starting to, try to fight for position, and they're dropping back. every few seconds that I'm seeing this lead group, I can see them falling back toward me. And I'm also just inching up. I can see it a little bit better than you guys can on camera, but when I come in, particularly for hairpins and like the Contino carousel, I can see how far the gap is behind me, and I know that I'm starting to pull away now. I'm starting to get a little gap, and I'm catching this pack of 4 guys up ahead, including the leader. I'm not far from the leader as soon as I hit the pack. But for now, we're going to go for a lap around the Classico layout. So we're going in here into turn 1. We're going to do just a lift and then back on the gas before the apex, really, really early there. We want to clip that first apex a little bit and then just barely the second apex as well. We're going to turn in early on the throttle here for turn 3. Then we're going to pull it out nice and wide up to the tire barrier. We want to try to keep it nice, clip the apex just a little bit. We're going to jump this curb on the left and then hit the brakes as soon as the cart's settled, just a tad. Coming into the hairpin, you want to turn in late and try to take a wide apex, which a little bit wider than that. I was a little too tight, actually. And we're going to pull this, clip this curb just a little bit, get really close to the curb, and just try to keep the cart smooth. You don't want to lose any traction there. You want to try to pull as much speed as you can onto that straight. Here we're going to try to brake in a straight line right here, and then we're going to try to do a double apex. Don't leave enough room for a cart, or a cart will appear. We've got the 38 behind us. The gap is extending. And then we want to try to turn in late for the S's and keep the cart as straight as you can. Don't lose any of the momentum that you get into the S's onto the straight. It was a 57.577, and the previous lap was a 57.575, so nobody say I'm not consistent. Now we are closer than ever to this lead pack. We have certainly reeled them in a little bit. We have pulled a substantial gap out on the 38 behind us, and he has pulled out an even bigger gap on the group behind him. So now it's just about putting my head down and trying to get to this head pack. This would be my first podium, if I can get this. This would be my first time, taking home hardware at CalSpeed, and even though it's the C main, I'm really, really stoked about that. I got the adrenaline pumping. I brought my little brother to the racetrack. He's watching my main event, and he was going to race the next day, so we were really stoked, and the energy was great, and I'm getting closer and closer, so I can smell my first podium. I can smell the bottom step at least, and we're going to pull through onto the back straight. I can see them coming up side by side together. They're going to go into turn 1 side by side. I know they're going to immediately drop back. Everybody's going to lose time there, and they do. They start falling right into my clutches here. They're still fighting going into turn 4. I know I just got to keep a level head and look for the move. They're going to open up a door for me, and I'm just going to have to drive right through it. I'm not even going to have to do a real overtake because there's so much chaos up there at the front. They're going side by side coming into turn 6, and I know I'm going to find my move. Somebody's going to get pushed out way wide. We've got Jafar Albakir in the 41, and he's fallen back. He's side by side with Robert Perez. There we go, sneak past Jafar Albakir and into 4th place. We've got 1st, 2nd, and 3rd all within 2 seconds of us. Just up ahead, we have Robert Perez, who I was actually racing with pretty consistently all weekend in the golf livery racing suit, right up ahead of us in 3rd place. A little bit of contact in the Contino carousel. I get right up along Robert Perez. I think I can make it stick, but he pushes me, keeps me on the outside. Jafar tries to take the position back, and we keep him on the outside. We have a better run up on the back straight. He's going to duck his head down, but we have a lot more speed here this lap. We're going to pull back in front of him, and we want to try to get back on the racing line so that we can try to reel in Robert Perez and these other guys up ahead. Everybody's got a little bit of a gap. It's not a lot of room for moves, so this is really just going to be about pace. We've got to try to beat these guys on pace. And honestly, I did not have the same type of pace as particularly the top 2, but I'm thinking I can get ahead of Robert Perez and take 3rd and take that to the checker. Up here on the left, we got Jafar coming and trying to take that position back. Dive bomb, a little bit of contact. Only going to give him a yellow card because I probably would have went for the same move at the same point in the race. And we lost time. We lost a little bit of time on Robert Perez. Who knows? Maybe if that move wouldn't have gone down, I would have won the race. But honestly, all fair. Like I said, I would have gone for the same type of move. So what we did not know here in my helmet on track, but we have the privilege of with hindsight, is that these top 2 guys, they are both going to get disqualified at the scales for being underweight. So right now, I am actually in 2nd place on the last lap behind Robert Perez, who is in 1st place because the top 2 are facing a DQ. I am fighting for what I think to be 3rd place, but is really 1st, and the blood is pumping. I can see my little brother on the sidelines here, and I am reeling him in. Robert Perez was eluding me a little bit in the heat race the same day, and I really wanted to get my revenge and come out ahead. We only have half a lap to go. This is really the last good overtaking opportunity. I thought I might have him, and he bowled up ahead of me and has a much, much a better run down the straight. He had a lot more speed, took a much wider line. That's what I was talking about, the wider line. It was definitely better for lap time. I did come up to the bumper there, and I just couldn't get it. I'm going to throw that same move that got done on me today, and I can't make it stick. I had a little bit of contact. Yellow card for myself. I deserve one. We cannot make it stick. We're going to end this in P4, which was actually, after the scoring, it was all said and done, P2. I'm stoked. I'm throwing whatever kind of hand signals I can think of for the camera, for the photographer. And it was great. It was a fantastic race. I felt really good. And, you know, as you can see, I'm stoked. Thanks for watching, guys. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you next week.